How's it going, everybody? It's the next day and we've got our TPU all dried out. Now we're going to load it up on the machine and see if we can print something cool with it. Hello, hello. So today we are trying out my first 3D print with TPU. This is like a semi-flexible filament. It's a little tricky to work with. Remember, 30 to 50. Yeah, I think I have it set at like 20 millimeters just to get it started as a baseline. Being really conservative with it. It's either 20 or 30. I went through Creality's website last night and Sunlose for quite a minute to see all the recommended settings. So hopefully I've got everything set up right here. Now, TPU is a pretty interesting material, so I'm not going to feed it through this tube here like I normally would. So what we're going to need to do is actually pull out this green filament we've got in there, and I'm going to just remove the top and then remove this PTFE tube right here, right on the top of it. And then I'm just going to feed it directly into the extruder. If we can get it. Release. Come on. So you got to push down and then pull it. Okay. We've got our TPU over here. I'm going to give that a nice cut real quick. If anybody's interested in a really nice 3D printer, by the way, we're printing with the K1C, and this thing is able to handle a ton of different materials. I've put carbon fiber in here, ABS, PLA, and today we're testing out TPU. So I'm telling it to extrude this right now. It's going to heat up the nozzle and then just pull it in there. Sorry if this angle isn't great, but while we wait for this to extrude, if you guys want to check out the shopping area down here, there's some cool stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Yeah, this is a really, really awesome 3D printer. It is currently my favorite. I've had probably 16 different types of 3D printers over the past 20 years, and this is definitely my favorite one. It's just really, really versatile and hardy. It's got a nice build size without taking up a ton of space too, and it's completely enclosed as well. So right now it's pulling this TPU right from the top here, and I've got that as high as I can get it actually on another machine over here, so there's as least amount of tension on that as possible. You don't want it to start stretching. So you can see we've got a little bit of blue coming out. Usually with this, I have to extrude it twice just to make sure we've got a good solid purge. But then I'm going to have to send something over here to print. So let me go load that up real quick. While I do that, y'all check out the little shopping area down here. If you're enjoying the live, tap the screen a couple times, hit the follow button, and thanks for watching. This should be pretty cool. We got the TPU loaded up and extruding now. We'll start printing soon. looks like before I went to bed last night, I decided to do a Temp tower. So we'll just go ahead and send that over. See if we can find the right temperature to start printing this filament with right off the bat. Again, for anyone joining in, this is my first attempt to print with TPU. This is a kind of flexible filament, which is really cool. And we're printing it on the K1C, which is a super versatile, easy to use, and I think rather affordable 3D printer. You can print carbon fiber on this. It's pretty great. Well, like PLA carbon fiber, but it's got a really awesome unicorn nozzle on it, so it can handle a lot of different types of filament. Glow in the dark, ABS, pips, everything I've thrown at it, it's printed wonderfully. So I've got really high hopes for the TPU here. It's exciting. It's probably not going to go off with a hitch. I'll probably have to edit some setting here or there, but this is the initial print test. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you're looking for a very versatile 3D printer for under $1,000, check out the K1C. It's currently my favorite. It prints really fast. It's fully enclosed. I can handle a ton of different filaments. And it was literally the easiest 3D printer I've ever set up. I feel so silly. I keep telling y'all to check out the shopping area. I haven't even pulled it up. Can y'all see it? Hopefully you can see it now. There you go. If you want to get a K1C, you can tap the shopping bag down there. Smooth. Super smooth. So the first print I'm going to be doing with this is a Temp tower that ranges from, I think it's 210 to 240 degrees. We're just going to see which one has the best print detail. I do want to point out that you need to print a bit slower with TPU. I'm printing about 30 millimeters per second. Love the K1C. Yeah, dude, it's fast. It beats my my Bamboo A1 Mini and my Solval SV08 as far as print detail. And this side fan over here, which none of my printers have, give like overhangs so much more like resistance. They harden a lot faster, so you don't have as much drooping. And I think that's super valuable. This thing kicks butt. The nozzle's awesome too. I've been able to throw a ton of different materials at this machine, and it hasn't flinched once. So this is my first print with TPU going off right now. So yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you'd like to get a K1C, I honestly, this is my favorite 3D printer. I highly recommend it. It started printing. Bought one of those holographic fans that you were promoting. Heck yeah. The bigger one. It's pretty cool. I did read that for TPU you don't need so much cooling, especially on the first few layers. So I'm just going to turn the fans completely off for this print. Have some TPU, never tried it, been using PLA, PETG, and ABS. Yeah, dude, this is the only printer I have that can do PLA, PETG, ABS, glow in the dark, TPU, carbon fiber. Like literally every filament I have, this thing can print. And it's never clogged on me either. Had an issue downloading the app for Android. The QR code takes you to the wrong place. Let me see here. I can tell you what the app is called if you want to search in the App Store for it. It's called Holoscope, HOLOSCOPE. Yeah, I got it on iPhone, so I don't have any experience with it on Android. But you may be able to just search directly for it. It didn't work? Shoot. Yeah, you may just need to upload stuff with the iPhone with it. It's really cool. It's the easiest one I've ever worked with. So far, this print's looking really good. I did turn the fan off. I'll turn it off again. Yeah, she'd have to upload everything for you. But it doesn't take very long. And you can probably just like send stuff to her to upload, like pictures and video. Yeah, it's super easy. Really, really fast. I was surprised. If anyone's curious, I'm going to add it. I'm going to pull it up real quick, just because that's what we're talking about. It's pretty affordable too. It'll be tagged down here. It's just a holographic fan. The app's really easy to work with if you have an iPhone. You can pull video and photos right from your phone onto it. And the demo stuff on it's really cool too. It's neat. Why not? We'll pull up the TPU. Keep turning the fan off. For anyone who's just joined in, we're printing on the K1C from Creality. This is my first print with TPU. I got this TPU from Sunlu. It's pretty affordable, and the color's really nice too. This is a nice dark navy blue. And we're doing a temp tower print with it, just to lock in a good printing temperature with this filament before we print something mega big. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Thanks for watching. Tempted to buy more and have them in here at my brick and mortar store. I think they're definitely attention grabbing. Like if you put them in a window or something where people are walking by, I think that's a great idea. Like invert them somehow, or just have them on the wall. Just make sure they're where kids can't touch them, because that blade spins fast. Coming along nicely. Well, hey man, send them to my TikTok. Or make one yourself. If you've got access to a TikTok affiliate, you can make some money. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. That's what's up, brother. I'm trying to get it to focus on the temp tower itself. I don't know if it's going to do that with the extruder moving around so much. That's pretty good. So far, I'm pretty pleased with the TPU. I thought this was going to be a lot more tricky. I can't wait to squish it. So I do have retraction turned off as well for the TPU. So there is a bit of stringing on these first few layers here because I didn't have the fan turned on at all. As soon as I let the fan run, it looks like most of that stringing really stopped. You can see that about halfway up. It's looking pretty dang good. I think 240 might be a little too warm. It's probably going to be closer to 230 ideal print temperature, but we'll see. That's basically what this test is for. This is a temp tower. It's going to print several layers at different temperatures, and that'll let me know what temperature prints the best detail, best results with this particular filament, which is called TPU. It's a flexible filament, and this is my first time printing with it. It's pretty cool. Add your coin rings to my shop, trying to learn this whole TikTok shop thing. Yeah, you totally can. You can add them to what's called your showcase. And yeah. And I think if people buy them through your showcase, you should earn a commission on those sales. Absolutely. If you want to do like a trade, I can send you some rings, you can send me some coins, I'll make some videos, you make some videos. Get different eyes on our stuff. Yeah, just take a look around the shop. Let me know which ring you want. I'll make it for you. Sounds good? You too, man. Talk to you later. So I can see on the dashboard here, it's reduced the temperature to 235, so it's starting on the next. What's more popular? I sell quarters more often, mostly because men and women can wear quarters. Personally, I think half dollars look better on men, but you can wear either one. They both look great. The half dollars just have a bit of a thicker band than the quarters. There's a lot more options with quarters. So there's the whole 50 state series. They have the state park series. They have a ton of different years. There's not a lot of variation between half dollars. So the quarters are more popular, I think, just because there's more options and it's a more versatile ring. But if I was going to get a ring or recommend it to like a dude, I'd say go with like a half dollar. And if you want something even bigger and chunkier, I can do like a Morgan dollar for you. Silver dollar coin ring, piece dollar, 1 ounce silver round. Lots of options. Which printer? This is the K1C from Creality. And K1C, Creality. I can link it here for you real quick. It's under $1,000. You can print carbon fiber, TPU, ABS, PLA, hips, glow in the dark, wood, marble. Pretty much every filament I've been able to get my hands on, I can print with this printer. It's got what's called a unicorn nozzle, so it's pretty tough, and like I said, can handle a wide variety of materials. The print detail on it's really good too, and typically it's really fast. I am printing with TPU today, so I slowed it down a bit. But usually, if I was printing with like PLA or ABS, this thing would be moving really quick. But yeah, I highly recommend it. It's under $1,000. It does a great job. It's fully enclosed. There it is. Yeah, a little over 500. Yeah, it's on sale for $519 right now. Pretty good deal. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're showing off the K1C from Creality today, and we're printing with TPU. It's going pretty good. So this is literally my first 3D print with TPU, so I was a little nervous about it. But so far we've got, it's a temp test. So we're gonna find the temperature that it prints the best at. Obviously 240 is a bit too high. I mean, it hasn't clogged yet. We're getting good extrusion. How's it going, Natalie? $230, that's what I was thinking, but you know, I figured, you know, it's a new filament. Let's run a test on it. $230 is about what I've seen recommended. 60 on the bed temp. What do I have it at? I got it at 50 right now. So I might could knock that up a bit. Thanks, Jay. Got any other tips? Okay, we're printing it nice and slow. Use PETG often. My main issue with the PETG I've gotten is I always end up with like water bubbles in it. I can't ever get it dry enough. Like the first day I got it, when I opened it up and I printed with it, I got great results. And ever since then, I always get these bubbles on the surface. It's the worst one that I've had issues with. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a S4 from Sunlu. I should have that on here. I think I've just undercooked them. I've done it for like 5 or 6 hours. This TPU I put in there for 14. So I think I might just need to really cook my PETG. Get a vacuum sealer and seal it when you're done using it. Yeah. The vacuum bags I got keep breaking. I put too much filament in them and they just rip open. I've seen some people get like individual vacuum seal bags for each spool, and I think that's what I'm going to go with, because these big bags aren't working out for me very well. Looking at getting an Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. I like it. You can print multiple colors. It's got a built-in filament dryer. I've got mine sitting over here right now. It's not a bad printer. The bed size is decent for the price. It's a little tricky with the settings. Like, I really wouldn't try and alter any of the settings on the touchscreen themselves. It just doesn't seem to have a good memory for like temperature settings or Z offset settings if you do it on the printer itself. So with the Anycubic, I do everything within the slicer if I want to change anything. But other than that, it's a pretty solid printer. I like the K1C a lot more. It can just handle more types of filament. It's faster, the print definition's better, it's got a side blower fan, and it's completely enclosed. The one drawback with the K1C is right now they don't have an AMS system that's compatible with it, so you're pretty much limited to one type of filament or one color per print. But it does a pretty good job. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. The last I saw, the Cobra 3 got pulled from TikTok Shop, yeah. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm printing with TPU on the K1C from Creality. Doing a temp tower, trying to find the right temperature to print this TPU at. Looks like it's going to be around 230 degrees. What's the printer? This is a K1C from Creality, and we're printing with TPU from Sunlu. I've got all of them listed down in the little shopping area if you want to take a look. Yeah, I love Sunlu. Hey, I got their filament running here. You got their filament dryer over here. If you don't have an S4 yet, this is an awesome filament dryer. It's got mode 2 on it, so if it gets too humid inside here, it'll kick on automatically and recook your filament. It's pretty great. And if you guys are wondering how I'm sticking my phone to this, I've got a little suction cup thing linked down below too. It's pretty handy. Got what once before, but Sunlu's original dryer, and they print great. Yep, as soon as I got this, I threw it in the dryer for 14 hours, so I didn't want any fuss with it. And this is our first print with it, and it definitely looks dry. I don't see any kind of water blemishes or bubbles on it, so we cooked it good. Yeah, I've tried a lot of filament from Sunlu, but this is my first try with their TPU. And again, I've got that link down here if you'd like to try it out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Thanks for watching. Usually they're great out of the bag, but the gray PLA was really wet. Yeah, it happens. I've had it happen less with Sunlu than I have with other filaments, but I didn't want to risk it with the TPU. I didn't, so I just cooked it right away. Yeah, Sunlu has great prices. Good quality. Nice color range too. Do what you gotta do, doctor. But while you're here, check out the shopping area. Get you something cool. I do earn commissions. I don't know, I think it's probably going to be about $225. $230 still looks a little high. Like, the walls look good, but the text is just not quite as crisp as I'd like it. I think at $220, that's entirely possible. I've found with a lot of filaments, if you just drop them down about 10 or 15 degrees, they print a lot better. So this is called a temp tower. It's going to print several different layers at different temperatures. And when it's finished, we're going to analyze it and find which temperature prints the best detail for this particular filament. This filament is called TPU. It's flexible, So it's a little finicky to work with, so I really want to make sure I get the correct temperature before I try and print something much larger than this. Yeah, we're trying to reduce the stringing. I did turn off retraction because TPU doesn't handle retraction the best because it is, like I said, a flexible filament. So we may just have to kind of deal with a bit of stringing and clean up afterwards. But we'll see how it goes. It looks about the same on all three of these temperatures so far to me. It's right there in the middle. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Yeah, 220 is probably definitely like in the high range for sure. I also had the fan turned off for that first chunk of it. And typically the fan will help sharpen the details. But for the TPU, it's recommended the first few layers you don't run the fan. So again, this is my first test with this particular type of filament, this material. So I'm just trying to do it right. I'll bring this down a little bit here. I've been 3D printing for, God, it's close to 20 years now. My first 3D printer was called a Solidoodle 3, and they've long gone out of business. I've worked on a lot of different types of machines. I don't know how I've never got around to printing with TPU. It just scared me a little bit. It seemed too difficult. But now that I've actually got it in my hands, it's not as intimidating as I thought. Yeah, I've been into it a long time. Now, before I started making coin rings even, I was 3D printing. They're handy. I honestly think every house in America should have one of these. Some nice detail stuff. You can definitely see it looking way better there. Using this kind of stuff. Do I have any other tips? I've got a lot of tips, but it's easier when you have specific questions. Pro tip for those: should be slower software under the calibration menu. Run it for all. Okay. Yeah, this is probably running a little fast. I did create a profile for the TPU that prints it's either 30 or 20 millimeters per second, but I'm not sure if that was covered in this calibration test. Yeah, shoot me a message. You're more than welcome. I wish it told you what the print, like the current print speed was. I don't think it does. I can definitely see it slowly getting better and better as the temperature decreases, especially on this cone on the right side. 230 looks a lot better than 240. Yeah, no problem. See, I'm thinking about 225, maybe even 220. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see a difference in the clarity of the text. Is this good with the K1 Max? So I'm currently printing it on a K1C, which is from Creality. I bet you can print it on the K1 Max as well. The one thing I would recommend is don't use a Bowden tube. Just feed it directly into the extruder and have the filament higher than the printer itself. The higher you can get this, the less resistance you're going to have on it. You don't want this tightening up and like stretching while you're printing with it. You want to have it nice and loose. Yeah, it's fast. I love this printer. It is my favorite 3D printer, the K1C. Super fast, can handle a ton of different materials. It's about 500 bucks. It's fully enclosed. It was the fastest printer to set up and unbox I've ever dealt with. Super easy. Sounds good. Oh, I've printed ABS on this. I actually have this right here is ABS. I haven't printed this in forever because every printer I've got is not enclosed. And not only is this enclosed, it's got a unicorn nozzle so it can handle really strong abrasive materials. So you can throw glow-in-the-dark, wood, all kinds of filament this thing. ABS, HIPS, PETG, PLA, TPU. It's fantastic. Do I do any laser cutting? I've played with lasers in the past. It's a bit messy for me. I just don't like the dust and the smoke. My workshop is a pretty tight space. So maybe if I get a larger space in the future, I might look into a laser again. But with the area I'm working with, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's going pretty good. Welcome back. Long time no see. We're doing our first print with flexible TPU filament. Boyfriend uses an enclosure and a vent fan. Yeah, that's it's more of a space issue. Like I don't have a spot to put it. Hey, I'd get a lathe too if I had the space for it. Yeah, yep. I love making stuff. The very tip of 230 on that cone went a little sideways, didn't it? It said whoop. Text on 225 looks really clean though. I'm honestly probably running this test too fast for TPU. It's probably running about 50 millimeters and maybe 60 millimeters a second. But once we lock in a good temperature, the next print we do is going to be probably about 30 millimeters per second. So those issues are going to be solved. I could reduce the speed. Take it down 50%. But I feel like that just kind of throws off the test itself. I want it to be like, I only want to test one variable. I don't want to test speed and temperature at the same time. This print's got about 38 minutes left on it. If I knocked it down to 50%, it would take over an hour and a half to finish. So there's that too. And I want to get to printing something cool. Like, this test is solid, definitely worthwhile, but I want to print something cool with this stuff. Any suggestions? So I was just going to go with the standard benchy. Get a squishy benchy. Have I made those twisty fidgets? Oh yeah. Started with an Anchor Make M5C because I got it for under $200. Very nice. I personally haven't tried an Anchor Maker, but I have seen good things about them. I haven't, like most of the people I've talked to who have them don't have a lot of complaints. See, I really like making the fidget cubes. They kind of roll around themselves. But almost as soon as I print them, my kids run off with them. I can't hang on to them for very long. But those are probably my favorite prints. Those and like collapsible swords. I really, really like testing printers and materials and print speeds with collapsible swords. Just seeing how fast I can print one with each particular material on each printer. That's like my go-to test, because the tolerances have to be just right for those to work. So it's a good fun test. I don't know if I can print one with TPU. That'd be pretty crazy. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. Have a great afternoon. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're doing a temp tower on TPU from Sunlu. It's my first print with the TPU ever, and it's going pretty good. Thanks for watching. Go, little print tower, go! That don't make no sense. It's not a print tower. It's a temp tower. Go, little temp tower, go! I don't use FreeCAD, but I've been using Tinkercad for years. Long time. I like it a lot because it's like cloud hosted, so you can basically access your account on like any computer or tablet with an internet connection, and you don't have to like download the software or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward, easy to use. Like I said, and I've made a ton of different tools and gizmos and gadgets just on Tinkercad itself. But yeah, Sunlu's great filament, and they've been really nice to work with too. Like I've done some promoting with Sunlu and worked hand in hand with them. And they're really nice to work with. Very friendly. Great prices, great filament. Yeah, dude, Tinkercad's sick. And there's a lot of videos on that as well. A lot of you probably only need maybe like a 10-minute tutorial on Tinkercad, and you can pretty much make anything. You just need like a piece of paper and a caliper, and you're off to the races. No, that's understandable. I'm pretty sure that Tinkercad is like quite private. Like they're not going to use your designs. It's mostly gauged towards like students. So a lot of schools use it, but you can sign up for a free account and just make stuff on it. So yeah, Tinkercad's pretty safe. And like I said, it's completely cloud hosted, so you don't even have to download or install any software. You can do it right through a web page. Still getting a decent amount of stringing on all 4 layers. I wonder if that will go away at the lower ones. SolidWorks type experience. It's kind of its own thing. Like I said, just go watch like a 10-minute tutorial on YouTube. It'll guide you through it. It's basically like playing with blocks and putting holes in those blocks. You're just combining solid shapes and like holes, and you make stuff with it. It's not hard. Some people might say it's too simple. If you're used to using like a hardcore CAD software, it's definitely going to be different, but it's a good place to start, I think, and it's still what I use, 20 years down the line. I just got really familiar with it. If you guys have any questions about anything I've got listed in the shopping area below, feel free to ask. If you're enjoying the live, tap the screen a couple times. If you just joined in, we're doing a Temp tower on the K1C from Creality, printing with TPU from Sunlu. Trying to find the proper temperature to print with. What do you mean? What tip am I using? On the K1C, it comes with a, it's called a unicorn nozzle, so it's kind of its own thing. But it can handle like pretty high temperature and abrasive materials. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you go to Creality's website and search unicorn nozzle, you should find some information about it. Yeah, it's a 0.4. Still got stringing on 220. What am I making? This is called a temperature tower. So this is my first time printing with this particular material. It's called TPU. It's a flexible plastic. And I'm printing this tower to find the proper temperature to print at. Yeah. I bet once I reduce the speed that stringing will not be such an issue. For sure. If you have any other questions, let me know. That is our enclosure with the K1C up EMS and do that real quick and show you guys. But it looks like cool. Really nice big flat on the bottom. I like it, magnetic doors. Yeah, I could watch FDM 3D printers all day long. I've done it for 2 decades. It still hits. Yeah, these overhangs on the left side aren't getting much better each level either. Maybe a little. But again, that might be a speed issue. It might just be printing too fast. Now that's a phrase I've never seen, but I like. Took the words right out of my fingers. Now it may look a little rough, but honestly this isn't bad for a first print, especially with the new material. I'm quite pleased that I was able to just shove this in here and start printing with it. Oh yeah, I had a filament like that a while back that I reduced 10 degrees and it was like night and day. It was a partially transparent glow-in-the-dark filament, and it never looked as sharp as I wanted it to, and I reduced the temp by 10 degrees and it was perfect. So yeah, that's why we do these tests. Just get all that hassle out of the way right at the front of it, right at the beginning. $20 minutes left on this print. Alright guys, it looks like I'm going to have to call the live right here. If you want to catch me next time I go live, hit the follow button. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. It's an awful lot of fun. If you want to keep updated on this TPU, again, hit the follow button. I'll be posting some videos about it relatively soon. Catch you next time. Peace.